Good morning, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo. Yes, here at Gooey headquarters with Camera Mandy behind the camera. Say hello, Camera Mandy.
Hi.
Excellent cut. She has a new hat. Yes, this is kind of Indiana Jones.
But with
all
like
that
flair.
stuff, right?
With its own little flair.
Do you have a whip?
I do, but I don't generally bring it to the office.
I don't want to think about any of it. Carry on no further. Adam, if you're watching,
I was not talking
don't put
about
anything
that.
dirty in the chat. Adam,
No.
if you're watching, I don't want to. Anyway, here's to whips.
Why do you got to go there?
I just was asking if you had a whip, and then you said, "Oh, I do, but it's at home." And you said it with that kind of "it's at home" kind of thing.
Well, I didn't.
Ask the chat, see what they think.
Yeah. Well.
Hello, chatters. All you brazen individuals who are out there watching with us on Saturday mornings instead of watching Saturday morning cartoons. Cameron, we had this discussion before. Do Saturday morning cartoons really even exist anymore?
How would I know? I don't.
Because they have like 24-hour cartoon channels now, you know?
I mean, I'm sure they do, but who? Like, here's the question: is how many people still have cable? This whole streaming thing has been very interesting.
You know, so the unplugging is madness. I mean, because of course our day job is marketing, right? So we know lots about unplugging, but there are still huge numbers of people that have cable. It trends older now. So if you want to hit an older demographic, it's actually better for you if you're trying to look in that direction. I should transition to Kim when I say words like demographic. Yes, when you...
well, this is not the direction of the show.
When you want to approach a certain demographic, you want to make sure that they're concentrated in certain areas. This is very important in marketing. Okay, I've done my deal. Is that good?
That was great.
All right, back to the Alphinius from Kim. Yes, very good. Hello, my friends. Anyway, we have an exciting show today. We got apparently some strange shenanigan that's going to happen that I don't know about, which makes me a little nervous. We're actually going to start giving away...
Very special guest joining us in the studio today.
Yeah, we're going to give away a map, right?
Are we giving it away officially today?
No, I want to give away that map.
Which
right
map?
Behind you. We have one of those.
Oh, well, I mean, we're in the middle of the Darkenhaven map.
We're in
the middle of Legends
Are we
and Lore.
doing the new Darkenhaven map?
The Gamers map?
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
And the Legends, Lore, and Libations.
That's right. Okay, you're going to have to wait on that.
But this will be the one after that.
Okay, you're going to have to wait on one of those big plastic West Verdestia maps.
Yeah, keep watching, because we can definitely do that kind of giveaway.
Yeah, it's fun.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and we got a few of them, so I want to give away one. I think I think there's some people out there who would love to have that, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on screen, and I was not. Here, this is the map that we are talking about.
And you can see me in the background. Hello, haha.
But it'll be fun because we are...
Yes, I can do all kinds of strange things, like, flip the bird.
You know what? This is actually a good transition.
It's a low-budget production, friends.
We'll talk about West Verdestia and birds.
Oh, you want to talk about West Verdestia?
Well, okay. So I want to talk about Legends, Lore, and Libations, because I'm reading it right now.
How exciting, yes.
Yeah, Legends, Lore, and Libations.
Keith, of course, authored this with a little help from you-know-who and a little bit of editing from a number of us, and we put it all together, and it is a magnificent tome, and I'm incredibly proud of Keith.
Yes.
And incredibly proud of the work. It is very much, by the way, the player's guide, which we're doing for the Mornwood, which is now in layout. And we're going to do something with the Mornwood we haven't done before. We're going to not wait and put kind of an aggregation of the digitals. We're going to start shipping the digitals almost immediately. So I am hoping that the first piece...
I switched to the wrong person.
It's okay. They can see me in the thing. Actually, put me on the... Do that again, Cameron.
So let me... I love how we were talking Legends,
I just want to make sure everybody
Libations.
knows this.
Okay, so to be clear, we're switching to Mornwood.
We'll come right back.
And then we'll come back to Legends, Lore, and Libations.
So the Mornwood Player's Guide, which is called Secrets Most Dire, which is a journal of a certain individual, is going to be released, like, I'm hoping by the end of next week. Okay, enough. Jump, and it's going to look a lot like Legends, Lore, and Libations. We're going to begin to build that little library. Okay, Camera Mandy, go. Legends, Lore, and Libations.
Okay, let's talk. Chelsea said, I leave the room for 5 minutes and miss all the chaos. And believe me when I say you have not missed all the chaos.
Oh, there's much chaos coming, I'm sure.
And I did send Patrick a preview of the shenanigan because Patrick is not responsible for this one.
But again, my ultimate shenanigan, Camera Mandy, was telling Mike to tell everyone to go home when I knew that Patrick was coming down to do a shenanigan.
Yeah, that is a thing that, okay.
That could be a lie. It could be a lie, but it's a perfect thing.
Let me set the scene. So Patrick wanted to come down while we were at Pacificon.
Conspiracy with Camera Mandy. We're at Pacificon, and Camera Mandy is conspiring with Patrick.
And, oh God, I felt so bad about this. And
he comes down to Colorado Springs from Denver.
And I had said, Carrie, I will obviously not be there, but Carrie will be at the office to let you in. And then I had texted Carrie, and then I had gotten on an airplane. And when I got off the airplane at midnight, Carrie texted and said, actually, Mike said that we are going to be working from home, so you might want to let Patrick know. Now, we had arranged in this time for Patrick to come down to Goo Morning Zyathé later this month, or I think it's beginning of October.
Yes.
And so I thought that was replacing the shenanigan. I thought, okay, he won't come down tomorrow because he's going to come down for Goo Morning Zyathé. And it was midnight in California, and it was 1 a.m. in Colorado, and I was like, okay, we're fine. I don't need to let Patrick know because he's not coming down.
I don't need to let Patrick know. You see, Patrick, whose fault it is not I. Although all this could be a lie because I might have told Mike to tell everybody to go home.
So is there any greater shenanigan than bringing Patrick down to Colorado Springs?
From Denver.
And then not being there to let him come do his shenanigans.
I'm going to buy old Patrick lunch when he comes down for Goo Morning in about 3 weeks or so I can make up for your bad deed, Cameron Mendy.
Let me just say, Patrick was very kind about it because I got a message at like 10 o'clock in the morning when we were at breakfast. Why isn't anyone here?
Knock. No one was there. Yes, poor
miserable.
Patrick. All right, so Patrick, we apologize for Camera Mandy's indiscretions. There's nothing I can do about it. It happens all the time around here. So anyway, that's the story, as it were, that occurred. Anyway,
and he is letting me off the hook because he was going to lunch with his friend down in Colorado Springs.
that is actually that was the one redeeming
quality
thing.
of the entire
got to see his
situation.
friend. That's right.
But just know that normally we are here. We are not normally working from home, which is what I had assumed. Okay, that
you know
was a
about
tale.
assuming, Camera Mendy.
Yes, it makes
make
an ass
out of you and
me.
Patrick.
Oh, yeah, well, that too. Okay. Okay, Legends, Lore, and Libations. Let's
Yes,
talk
but finally,
about this
we're
book.
back around, yes.
Okay, so I am through the Gloomport section. Had just read about also the horse taming section, which is very
Isn't that
interesting.
wonderful? Yes.
So I wanted
because the
Yes.
what do they call the Dresdales? The horse breeds that are out there, the Shugenshires, the Shugenshire
and the Double B
Greys.
brand?
Yes, very, very wonderful horses.
Yes. So I wanted to give my feedback so everyone should know that I don't write any material for Gooey Cube except for the weekly newsletter that goes out and some social media posts. So I get to read it just like anyone else coming in would get to read it, which is really fun. So I'm loving this. It is so fun to track so on this map behind me, you can track where.
You can't quite if you
well,
turn
you can't quite see it
because you can't see West Verdestia, right?
Yeah.
So that's you got to turn.
So
the Republic, right? So Magdranog down to the Republic.
Yeah.
Right?
So he's like, he went all the way down here. Anyway, so I'm like watching on the. I'm not doing a great job. I'm not a good weather person.
No budget production.
I know exactly. So it's so fun though. There's like a map right at the beginning of it with like labels on it that kind of talk about some of the locations, so you're able to like track as you go. And then on top of that, like this is like little snippets of areas in West Verdestia. And so there are some points in the book where it's like, I want to know more, like what is the deal with this cult that's happening here? And then, so there's a place called Maggot Spit
Marsh.
Yes. And there's a whole section on that that's really quite dark. And I think even GM Ray in the chat said it's a very dark. Some of the stories are a little dark because we are a grim, dark world, and that's something to always keep in mind. Going into
PG-13 for sure, my friend. PG-13. We, again, my little nephews, we took them to the
Renaissance Fair.
The movie last night, the Haunted Mansion movie, which is pretty creepy.
Do not spoil. I have not gotten a chance to see it.
I won't.
Okay.
I'll just read this real quick, right?
Yes.
And the youngest one, who is Malone, doesn't have a problem at all with scary movies. But the middle one, Maddox, has a little more problem with scary movies. So Maddox was more scared than Malone, even though Malone is like 3 years younger. So, and I think, let me think, is 6 and 9 and 11 are the three grandy dudes from Devrunda. Yeah, so those three little grandy dudes and Ms. Goo and I went out to the movie. Aww. So I just want to tell you, though, that it is different, right? Because some kids at 10 years old got no problems with stuff, and some kids at 15 years old could have problems with grimdark stuff. So just be judicious always, in terms of not just Gooey Cube materials, but all materials of how it might affect your dear little child. Or even someone else sitting at your table, right? Keep that in mind as well.
Absolutely.
Keep going, Cameramandy. You're doing great.
Anyway, so maggots.
Maggot spit marsh.
Okay, so there's like a whole cult situation
Maggot
going on.
spit, Cameramandy. It's a great name.
I know, I did like it. Yes, indeed. Okay, but anyway, so I was like really curious about like what the deal with like the cult was over there. And so then I went into West Verdestia here, and actually you should just read it because you're a much better reader than I am.
All right, hold on.
It's the paragraph above.
The paragraph above the sticky note?
Yes.
I must put on my spectacles. I do want to say, as I'm putting on my spectacles, the one thing I loved about what Keith did, and when I was reading the materials, was he truly delved into the lore from the West Verdestia book and built around that lore. And it really, so it dovetails so well. So what Cameramandy's saying, I didn't even coach her to do this. I didn't tell her about it. I didn't say anything. She just latched onto it herself, right? So really, really good. Okay. Of even stranger and more wicked things lurking in the turbid waters of the Maggot Spit Marsh. There are many stories, but few reliable accounts. Some claim to have even seen the semi-mythical behemoths, which are called the Toadlossi, wallowing in the mud, while others debate whether the slithering shapes burrowing through the muck are immense snakes that could swallow a Garund whole, or gigantic leeches that could suck a dragon dry in mere minutes. Most would assume no trace of civilization could survive in such a place. But there are numerous cults and other secret organizations reputed to have hidden ritual sites and camouflaged bastions deep within the marsh. Perhaps they consort with the primitive Algidians, or worship the dreadful primordial beasts of the swamp, or conduct forbidden rites. In truth, none know for certain, for Maggot Spit Marsh keeps its secrets well. Yes. And I must tell you, I still love the West Verdestia book. I picked it up and started reading it again the other day. So many wonderful contributions from folks. And by the way, we're about to do another submission round. All of you keep that in mind. It is coming. Okay, so we got a new thing we're going to submit for, and it's going to be probably around guys and gags. So put that in your mind. You get a chance to be a part of that if you want to be a part of that. Does that make sense, Cameramandy?
Yes.
All right, so keep going. Okay. Maggot Spit Marsh and Legends, Lore, and Libations.
My point is, it's a really great companion piece for West Verdestia. Yes. And so I certainly recommend, if you've read the lore and want to dig a little bit deeper and get some ideas for like a fun trail that you could take your players on. What's great about it is that there's a lot in West Verdestia. Yes. And so this helps you kind of pinpoint some really cool areas that would have like really nice encounters for your players. It's a bit more of like a novel, so it's more just like a fun little read, and then you can like go back to West Verdestia and like get more information on some of those areas and kind of some fun encounters that would be fun to run.
Well, you know, Cameramandy, the thing was when we did this, I loved when I was younger these Volo's guides that were written by Ed Greenwood, and they were sort of these travel guides of where going. And mostly it was around inns and places, but it had all kinds of stories and tale. And Keith also knew of Volo's guides, and I believe has read a number of them himself. So we both had a sort of a desire to have something feel like that, and that was what we created here. And I heard that Volo's guys were financially not very successful for TSR. So I don't know if they'll be successful for us, but I don't really care because they build this marvelous, wonderful adjunct lore, ancillary lore, side lore, whatever you want to call it, and they're very entertaining. And so I'm pretty excited about this Mornwood Secrets Most Dire journal that is going to be part of this library of these sort of side books that we're going to do. And I think people are going to love it. And anyway, I'm hoping with a little luck, it's going to be the digitals will drop at the end of next week. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see if we can get the first part of the Mornwood out in your hands. How exciting. All right, Cameramandy, what is next?
Okay, so next up, we have a special guest in the studio.
We do.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
I don't see anyone.
Well, you will. So I gotta go help them along. So
what should I do? Play with the flart stuff? The flarp?
You could, no.
So do you know about this, Cameramandy? This is flarp.
Yes.
Yes, flarp is, so are you going to go get so I can do the flarp?
I'm gonna go get the
so flarp,
guest.
I don't know what flarp is, okay, because I've never really experienced flarp. But it was green, and it was gooey, and it looked really cool, right? And plus, it's called flarp, so I gather it. You can turn it and make a hole, and then make a stinky sound. I don't know if that works. Does anybody know about flarp in the chat? And it's
not actually making any fart noises.
No, it's not making any flarpy. Flarp. It's called flarp, not fart. Or something, whatever it is.
Also, I'm not there to watch the chat.
Yeah,
okay.
You can't even see the chat.
Hopefully you all can hear me. Okay, so your special guest is actually over here.
Okay, should I put the flarp away for the time being?
For a second, yes.
Okay, I'm going to put this flarpies. If anybody has this stuff or knows about it, it's actually quite, Cameramendi, it's quite pleasant. It's a little weird, and I'm sure my grandy dudes would love it, but we'll put it in.
Well, there it is.
Oh, I hope you all heard that.
Okay.
It was not I, it was the flarp.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. What you got?
You can watch the screen.
Oh, people can see you. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Okay, all right, what you got, Cameramendi? Oh my gosh, Chet Minton.
It's Alphinius Goat.
Chet. I love you, Chet Minton.
Here, let me go get you.
Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta put it right there. Look at that. So actually, Cameramendi, we could just stand it up like this for all of the Goo Morning Zyathés going forward, and you could just voice me. So do a practice Alphinius Goo voice in the background.
What do you mean?
Just speak like me so we could just put this on the chair.
Ha, my friends, it is I, Alphinius Goo.
See, this works. So I don't even have to be here on Saturday mornings anymore. We'll just use Chet Minton's Alphinius Goat.
And me just talking back and forth with myself.
Yeah, why not? You could do it. Chet, it's magnificent.
I have kept this a secret for weeks now. And then on top of that, not only do we have the cutout, but we also have stickers that are on the way from Chet.
Wow.
Yes. So I have this whole idea for Alphinius Goat. Basically, at one point in your wizarding career, there was some kind of magical accident, calamity with your alchemic, creations that turned you.
Here goes my backstory being written for me again. I got family members coming out of my rear. Okay. Keep going, Cameramendi.
Okay, yes. Or Belinda says he polymorphed himself. But basically, there's like a 3-year period in your life where you spent as a satyr, just wandering around Zyathé trying to fix yourself back to normal. So that is my personal canon.
Oh boy.
Of how this came to be.
Satyrs are supposed to be, harbingers of love, Cameramendi.
Well, then that's some of your Alfabio coming through, I guess.
Oh, the little Alfabio.
Or this could be a third brother. I mean...
No, there's not going to be a third. Algotius? No. Chet Minton, you're magnificent. As for this wandering around as a goat for 3 years, I'm not sure about that. We'll talk about it. Anyway... This is definitely, Chet Minton continues to be very high on the shenaniganator meter.
Maybe we should have a contest where we can see who can write the best backstory for.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we will talk about that, but we have another contest. We'll talk about that one. Would people like to do a backstory for Alphinius Goat? So if people would like that, we can maybe do some fun like that. All right, we'll do some kind of a contest and do a giveaway and all of that. Chet?
Astignarin. Alphinius Goo was once eaten by a Gooey Cube in an episode of intense thought but careless travel. Fortunately for him, he was able to escape the predicament through his incredible wizardry aptitude. Unfortunately, however, the cube had also recently eaten a goat, and the escapade left the great wizard temporarily
Come on, Cameramendi, you got this.
I know, I'm not as good. So
temporarily transfigured.
Literally, we already have some great backstories for the contest. So
it's kind of like that Captain Kirk episode, right, where he got broken into 2 pieces, and then there was the other one where he came back as there was never mind. Anyway, you don't need to talk about all that. That was when I was so young that half the people in the chat don't even know what I'm talking about. Continue on, Cameramendi. Chet Minton. Cheers to you, my friend.
So the satyr will live at that spot in the studio. And so when people come to take pictures at the studio, they can take a picture with
Alphinius Goat.
Yes.
Magnificent.
And the picture of Alfabio's on the other side.
Yeah, I'm disturbed.
We have so much great things going on. I showed it around the office when I got it. And people were having a good time.
Yes, fun.
All right. You ready for some social media?
I want to do, because we have had some great shenanigans and all kinds of fun stuff and some wonderful things. And did you get Michelle's hats?
Oh my goodness, I forgot to get Michelle's
Got to do
hat.
Michelle's hats next week.
Sorry,
I love
sometimes
those.
the algorithm pushes things way.
It does do
way,
it. It
way,
is very,
way
very
down.
hard. And that's how sometimes I am astounded that I could actually miss a post, but I miss a post sometimes because of that exact problem, right? If lots of people comment, it pushes it down, and I get so many notifications. It's hard to just use all the notifications every time. So, all right.
I want to start with some non-shenanigans.
Oh yeah, we love Strange Fate Crafts. Look at that.
So they made my beautiful GMing screen box adventuring kit.
Yeah.
And so they just got them up for sale on the website. And so if you look, if you just go to our Facebook group and put in Strange Fate Crafts, this post will pop up and it has a link to their website. And the quality of these things are absolutely incredible. They're local here in Colorado Springs. And one thing that we obviously believe in as a small business is supporting local small businesses. And they have been a great friend to...
And other game companies,
Yes.
even if they're not quite so small, Dwarven Forges is still a small business, right? But it's still a fairly large company in the game. And I love Stefan and Nate and all the rest of the wonderful folks at Dwarven Forge, right? But Strange Fate Crafts, just magnificent work.
Belinda ordered from them as well, and she says they keep you very informed of everything along the way. So, because like a lot of these things are custom produced,
Right.
So they're a really great company to work for. I 100% throw my support behind what they do.
Yeah.
And I mean, they surprised me because I didn't even know that they were going to put the hat. This was a really special touch for me when I opened it up and the hat was on there. That meant a whole lot to me. So.
Yeah.
So
really good.
definitely recommend them.
Really good. What's next, cameraman?
Okay. So we also want to send some love to our people who were at Dragon Con while we were at Pacificon. And I would love to get out to Dragon Con again sometime. Like that. I've never gone before.
Well, we went a couple of years, and then they relegated us. They put us in a very bad place. There was just a number of things that were just problematic. And
are they more pop culture than they are TTRPG?
they are more pop culture.
That can be a little rough for.
And we had okay sales, but I can't say, for the cost of going all the way to Atlanta, because, I don't know. That is the infamous convention where Colt said what he said, right? Where, because Colt is not really a nerdy gamer type, right? And he's our business partner, and he was standing in the big party where there was literally thousands of people dressed up in costume, and music was playing and people were drinking, and he looked around and he saw the police officers were like texting and standing together and laughing, not even paying attention to the crowd whatsoever. And he said, any other concert or any other place, they'd be looking all over the place for people doing crimes and getting in fights and all of this stuff. And he says, I have decided that nerdy people are the kindest people in the world. That's what he said.
I agree.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Nessa, thank you for sending us these pictures. Magnificent. Good to see. Look at that wonderful crew. All our friends.
Yeah.
Mwah.
So we obviously spent our weekend at Pacificon. I did want to clear up what happened with this photo.
Yes, we're going to clear. I'm going to sit back while I hear.
Because Patrick,
Yes.
It's been scarcely more than 24 hours after the Owlbear Cub in Owlbear Cub.
It's not an owlbear cub. That was some other thing.
Yeah.
The clubbing thing.
And he's already trying to sacrifice a new displacer beast kitten to a mimic for the amusement of others. And then Alphinius, you did go in and try and defend yourself, except that I was there to witness the event, and you literally stuffed that kitty right into the mimic's mouth.
Hearsay, cameraman. Hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
Hearsay.
Nope. Witness it. Adam too. It was Adam's kitty. So
Hearsay. It's all hearsay. Is the kitten fine?
a little beat up.
No, is the kitten fine?
But still alive.
It was never alive. It is a stuffed animal. And there's cameraman with this look of bewilderment.
Oh my goodness!
And Geeky does grab some of the greatest frames out of things. I mean, it's just
from Paul.
If I only had a brain.
Home.
You need a heart.
The knob.
You have a heart, a home, the noive.
Yes.
I was going to say the noive.
If Adam had been in there.
Yes, if Adam had
been the heart. That was a great shenanigan, Paul.
It was great.
And this was, I really feel like that might have been the weirdest episode we've ever done, but in like the best way possible.
I think people liked it. We got a lot of good feedback.
Yes.
So that's great. Oh, yes, magnificent. Yes, we had a great time with Mondo and all the wonderful folks at Pacific Con. And
hold on, I got some more pictures before we go into more shenanigans.
Oh, yeah. And Pam showed up. It was great to see her. And of course, Lance was there with us. And
then this was really fun because this is a very low-key con, which is great for spending your holiday weekend, just hanging out with great people. And so we actually had time to learn Con and Drews. And like that game is so fun.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I actually at Genghis Con, because we get a booth there, but so many people have already bought pretty much everything for us. I want to set up a table for Con and Drews at the booth, so that way people can come play with us and we can kind of show them.
Because it's really wonderful. And the deck of Perilous Fortuity is very special, and we spent a lot of time and effort to put it together, and it's never really gotten the attention that it deserves. But Fool's Down also, if you like poker, is so much fun.
I need to learn.
Yeah,
we only managed to learn the one game, and I want to learn the other two that we have.
Well, and honestly, you can play, a lot of, it just changes the math because you have more tens, right? So most of the traditional card games you can play, you just change the math of them. But it really, and they're beautiful decks, and really add a nice little bit of spice, especially when you know about the 4 Jester cards and the Fool card and some of the other cool cards that are in there. But that is the deck of Perilous Fortuity, and that is Con and Drews.
Yeah.
And that's Jeff and Lance with you two, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so next up, we've been getting some shipments out. So this is from Chris. This one is from Sean, and this one is from Randy. And what's really funny about this picture from Randy is that if you look at he still has the shrink wrap on it, so he's reflected back right onto the tongue of the oculus.
On the tongue of the oculus, yes. It's like, Randy, I hope you didn't get moistened.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be moistened.
Or just swallowed whole by the oculus. So I want to give just a little shipping update. Let me go to the one with both of us.
While you do that, I'm going to pull the flart back out. Has anybody said anything about the flart?
I don't know, because I was over with, I got all
I'm going to show this to the Grandy dudes today to see what they think of the flart.
Yes, you should take a video of it. Okay, here, I'm just going to cut to you playing with the flart. It does match the green. There's lots of green in our studio.
It's good. I was fascinated by flart.
Okay. Anyway, shipping update. All of our Gen Con orders should have gone out.
Hold on, camera.
I think you need to put it back in the...
It's really got a weird...
Oh, put it in the goblet there and try and get the flart sound. There you go. I think it needs to be contained in something.
It's kind of a... Oh! Excuse me, cameraman. We've resorted to bathroom humor.
Oh, my goodness.
We have fallen deep.
I don't think so. I think we've always done bathroom humor.
All right, continue on.
Oh, okay. All of our Gen Con orders should have gone out. We had run out of stock at Gen Con, and so everything's been reprinted. And they...
Keep going. I just was replacing the fart.
Oh, my God.
All of our Gen Con orders...
So yeah, our Gen Con order should have gone out yesterday, and the last of it should be going out on Monday. And Kickstarter orders are still on the, I don't think, we probably hit about 15% of them.
But we're still doing another interim shipment. We're doing,
it's going to take a while. There's several hundred people on the list, and so we're still working on getting the Kickstarter orders out. And then we also have website orders, and we have put a notice up on the website that the shipping times for website stuff is going to be a little bit slower due to the rest of the shipping that we're trying to get done. But we are going to try and fit those in between Kickstarter orders to get everyone what they need. We still have website orders from pre-orders for Chapter 5 and stuff like that, and those will all go out after the Kickstarter people receive their Chapter 5.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that we came up with for some people was, of course, that we unknowingly ran out of boxes of Chapter 1, The Darkest Dream. We had no boxes. And those typically take about 3 weeks to produce, 3 to 4 weeks to produce. So that was a misstep on our parts. We have a storage unit which holds all of this stuff.
We have 2 storage units.
Yeah, technically we have 2 storage units. That's true. So they hold all this stuff, and we try to keep a pretty good inventory thing, but we missed on that one. Anyway,
Mark not Mark. Marcus just joined the stream, and he says, "Okay, I'm here now. You can start the show." But I do think you should hold up Alphinius Goat one more time for anyone just joined the stream.
For anyone who just joined the stream, Chet Minton, the infamous Chet Minton, drew up and crafted this magnificent Alphinius Goat. Yes, Alphinius.
Alphinius Goat.
So if you haven't golf clapped for Chet Minton, you should do so. I mean, and the thing is, Cameron Mandy, when you look at Chet's work, he's always got all these little details that really add tremendously to any kind of his images, right? The little bangle hanging off the bottom of the staff. Do you see that down there?
I have an idea, because Chet is going to be designing for our Mornwood campaign an exclusive shirt.
Yes.
And so some of the Kickstarter backers got the shirt for free. Or not for free. They paid for it with the Kickstarter as like an extra for the Kickstarter.
Yes.
The highest tier, like the $750 tier. And then we're going to put the shirt on sale for, a limited time on the website. So if anyone buys that Mornwood shirt, maybe they get the sticker for free.
Oh, they get a sticker.
The sticker of Satyr
Goat.
Alphinius Goat. Yeah, Alphinius Goat for free.
Alsatrus.
Yes. So, so maybe that's a good deal. And that way everyone can, because we can also just, put the sticker on
We can also
the website,
give everyone who orders a flarp.
I don't know how good of a margin that would make for us.
They'll have to pay extra. We'll have to pay for the flarp. Actually, what we could do, Camera Mandy, is we could buy a whole thing of flarp, and we could take a little piece of flarp and put it into a little bag. So you could actually get a piece of this flarp. I want to know how many people would want a piece of the flarp. I don't know, does it tear? Oh, yes, it tears. Look at that. I've got a little mini flarp right here. I wonder if it can make any noise.
We could put them in little potion bottles.
little potion-y flarps. Anyway. I'm kind of fascinated by flarp, Camera Mandy, if the truth be told.
Oh my God. It is just such a weird noise. I hope I think everyone can hear it because it's right next to your mic.
Hold on, we'll give it a good one. We'll try to do one good one.
People are very interested in maybe getting a piece of the flarp, so we'll see.
I don't know if you can make these sounds with a little tiny piece of flarp, though.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we'll think about giving. Oh my goodness.
What did you just do?
One of the little elf just fell off.
Okay.
Okay, the little elf is back up. All right,
okay.
Continue on, Camera Mandy. More social media. We're definitely deviating.
Yeah, I know. We're
I hope y'all are having a good time this morning. Camera Mandy and I are still burnt out from Pacificon.
Oh, I'm not burnt out. I had a very chill convention. I had a great time at.
I was up late and up early a lot, so. Anyway,
okay.
But also you gave me time because it was kind of low key, so I was able to do some writing, which was very helpful. Oh yes, well, yeah, there he is, Chippy.
Chippy with Darkness and Gensicon.
Yes, you can see Chippy's kind of running away from the Oculix, which makes sense to me. If Chippy is actually wise, there's a lot of wisdom in Chippy right there. And so, David, thank you. Whenever
you're around the Oculix, follow Chippy.
So listen, I love the Oculix, and I love what we did in the entire Darkness and Gensicon adventure with sort of their origin tale, and the players actually being able to discover the origin tale of the Oculix. And I hope people who get it. We're running out of time for the limited edition, so if you haven't gotten it, you should definitely do so. And we probably need to send out a couple more emails to let people know, right, Camera Mandy?
Okay. First off, I have to stop you because we have gotten some amazing chats on this picture. So, Patrick says attempted murder most foul, but he spelled foul. F-O-W-L. We got
foul humor, Patrick.
Estignorn, who I think is Kevin. I don't know. An angry rooster might be a good match for an Oculus.
Oculus, yeah, right.
And then from Stacy, it's okay for the chicken to be a chicken.
Well done,
or chicken to be chicken. Yeah, exactly. So
chickens can always be chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't tell you. The Den gives me so much pleasure and so many smiles. And obviously, when I'm at the convention, I was not as quick to put things up and post things as I normally am. But really, really, really enjoyable. And I put up this image of Arve or Arv Starenshad as well from the Mornwood for this one. Anyway, it's wonderful. Just thank you, David. Fantastic. Keep going.
Okay. Next up. This is a great shenanigan from Adam.
So we have seen Goo Gone before. I want to be fair about that.
Goo Gone. We use Goo Gone in the studio.
Here,
it's important to our lives.
The writing that is accompanied this, the story was very amazing, quite funny.
Valued customers, while we have noticed and greatly appreciate the increasing interest you have in purchasing our product, we at Goo Gone felt we should make it clear that as effective as our product is at unsticking gooey globs from a variety of surfaces, it is in no way effective at deterring Alphinius Goo. Nor, we are compelled to add, is Goo Gone meant to alleviate certain side effects one might experience after an encounter with said individual. Okay. Goo Gone is not, has never been, and will never be a substitute for professional medical care. Please, for the love of au va, go see a cleric and get properly treated. Also, as an aside to the esteemed Alphinius Goo, we thank you profusely for providing many opportunities for Goo Gone to be, Goo Gone to be put into proper use. Without your innovations, we would never have made our latest Goo Getter. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, Goo Getter.
Goo Getter, the most impressive maximum Goo Cube-gone. Indeed, without you, we would never have needed to invent it in the first place. But we at Goo Gone are never one to turn down an excellent opportunity. With all that said, I hope our valued customers continue enjoying putting our product towards its intended use. Thank you for your patronage.
Camera Mandy, I am inspired right now. We must create a magic item, a potion called Goo Gone, and another one called Goo Cube Gone.
Okay.
All right, so we need to do this. We need to make a little card.
Carrie, if you're watching, you can put it in the Mornwood.
Magnificent, Adam. Thank you. You have definitely, you climbed the shenaniganator level quite substantially. I can't remember, I'm going to blow my nose, so switch to you real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Then
I don't
people can
remember
watch me on the thing.
testing. Okay, yeah, that's still me. Okay, so we're going to keep going on social media.
Oh, yeah, Nate put this up. It was so funny.
Oh, wait, you're muted both of us.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
There you go. I had muted you because I thought you were going to do your...
yeah, but I decided to trip you up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, mission succeeded.
Yeah, at the apothecary, contemplating which elixir of wakefulness to purchase. Yes.
Yes, it's awesome.
And a lot of people said, just get coffee. It's better for you. And I agree with that. Coffee.
Okay.
Especially, there. And speaking of Legends, Lore, and Libations, yes.
I can actually
you can show the picture.
Hold on, let me cut
so,
myself.
you all know that Harry, wonderful Harry, has sculpted so many wonderful characters. Many of them are wonderful portraited folks, right, from the world of Zyathé. And Keith's character in the world of Zyathé is actually the author of Legends, Lore, and Libations. And if you look, there's Keith's character, and there are the compatriots, right? The wolf and I can't remember the name.
So I just met the horse.
I can't remember the name of the horse off the top of my head. I can't remember.
Juniper?
Juniper. I think it was Juniper. I think that is correct. Yes, exactly. So anyway, Keith sculpted the whole thing up, and really, Keith, goodness gracious, Harry sculpted the whole thing up for Keith and for us. And I hope you will support him for very, very small amount of money every month on My Mini Factory. You can support Harry's Minis and give him just a little bit of love. And honestly, it's not enough money to certainly make him wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. But it's nice to give him a little bit of, hey, we love you and appreciate you. And if y'all know Harry, he tends to turn back all of the prizes he wins and all of that kind of stuff. So. And then he did these sketches, which there's 63 of them, and really fun because he's got Korat, like the one on the left. He's got a Gurund riding a Korat on the left-hand side. He's got all manner of wonderful characters sketched up in the sketchbook.
These are gorgeous.
Really, really magnificent. In fact, beyond magnificent. I almost got in tears looking at a few of them as I was just going through and thinking about, since 2018 when we started this craziness and meeting Harry and lots of other folks at that, at the conventions, early on, and making friends and just watching the evolution of the world and people contributing to it and people making portraits and literally hundreds of customer friends, fans, whatever you want to call them, portraits in the world. It's magnificent.
Harry, can you please post your link in the comment?
Oh, yeah, you should, Harry. Post it.
You got it. myminifactory.com/user/Harry Coit. So, and yeah, spectacular. Okay, next up, speaking of the Mornwood, so if you got a certain level on the Mornwood, which I think is just, I can't remember which level it is, the $100 or $200 level, you get something special, like a little extra gift.
Yeah.
And so
This is going to be the extra gift, yes?
Yeah, well, yes, so we're going to do a sticker of this slimy, haughty little snail, which was part of a bigger picture. And I saw the snail on the bigger picture, and I was like, Alphinius, I want that close up, high resolution. We got to get it as a sticker. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward.
You know, this my thing, Camera Mandy, is, you know, I love deep world lore, right? And I really, if things keep progressing, and please help us, my friends, as you can. Tell friends about us. Please invite people to the Gooey Den. You know, tell other game masters, because we really do help game masters be better. We really do. For a lot less money than you would buy for a big box of someone from the marvelous group like Beetle and Grimm. They're fantastic, right? We provide so many accoutrements and supporting materials and things that just make the game better, even in the online environment. In fact, in some ways, in the online environment, we're even better because you actually have images to show, not just an online map, you know? And so just tell folks about us, if you would. And but if we keep going, I want to do at least a flora and fauna book for West Verdestia.
Oh, 100%.
Or even for Verdestia, we'll see. But at least for West Verdestia, to have these kinds of things that are in there, because it just makes the world so much more rich. So
Patrick says, save it from Alphinius. Now, I will say that the artist did a marvelous rendering of this art where he was holding a little adorable stave.
Yes.
A little, like...
We do not have intelligent stales in the world of Zyathé.
I disagree. Nope. I think that we could.
You can have one that would be like some kind of special. But
I think this one.
No, well, whatever you want to do. If you want to do the snail with the staff as the special gift and give him a name like Snellificus or some silly thing, or you can actually have a naming contest. Do you want to do that? We'll do that. We'll do a naming contest. We'll put it up in the den. Mm-hmm. And the chosen name will get the sticker as their gift, even if they did not do the Kickstarter. How's that for you?
I think most of the people did the Kickstarter, but we could still do that and give them something else. A print. We'll do a print.
We'll do a print of Snellificus.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do a signed print of the snail. You and I will sign it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay. People like that? Does that sound fun?
I love it. Okay. Next up, speaking of Alfabio. Kiki put this up.
Yeah.
Child of Alfabio.
Yes, not Alfabio. This was, in fact, nothing to do with Alfabio whatsoever. Just very coincidental. But it's a Barbibarian.
Barbibarian. I love it.
But I would have definitely spelled it Barbibarian. Not they just did Barbarian, which to me, you know.
Does it get it across?
No, Barbibarian is much better, right? So, but I'm good at that naming crap. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This is this thing.
I have to think this was
Yes, this is
Patrick.
Yes.
I mean, it was anonymous.
It could have been Patrick, but I think it was Harry.
It's hard. I don't know. It was anonymous.
It could have been Patrick.
It could have been Harry.
It could have been Harry.
I do love the weigh-in fair advertisement.
And remember, that's Harry's thing, right? Harry came up with weigh-in fair.
Yeah, but Patrick's been referencing weigh-in fair.
Yes, that doesn't mean that they aren't passing it back and forth. And of course, Geeky's been involved in all of this madness.
Patrick says it's not me, so maybe it is Harry. But can we really trust Patrick?
Yeah, can you trust Patrick to tell the truth?
I don't know.
Anyway, these things are fun and funny, and not just funny because of them being about Alphinius. They're just funny. And so if you have a chance to read these things and comment on them and give some love back to the shenaniganators, because they really are highly entertaining. And of course, without all of this craziness, we wouldn't have Alfabio. Without all this craziness, we wouldn't have what I think is going to be a really fun class called the Hatmancer. And some other lore that just wouldn't be around. And again, it's a community thing, and it is just magnificent, Camera Mandy. I mean, you know, as I reflect, right, because we just had our 100th episode of Goo Morning Zyathé, right? Mm-hmm. As I reflect upon all this, you know, and the friends that we've made, you know, giving Pam a big hug out there at excuse me, at Pacificon, and of course Armando being a friend and seeing Lance, right, and others, right, and meeting new people like Matt, who came up and bought everything that we had, right. You know, and wants to run it, and has been in the Gooey Den and is excited, and you know, it's just incredibly gratifying at this point in time in a career of advertising and marketing to do something that I love and have loved for since I was a kid, and to have so many friends and wonderful people. And I can't tell you, because the people watching this stream, many of them are as close to us as anybody, and we thank you for that. Tell people about us. Tell people about, we're gonna make a hard push here as we get to Guys and Gags. I'm gonna ask for a lot of help from our friends when we do Guys and Gags. This one could help us, really fund for the next, 6 to 12 months if we do it right. And I want to do this right by Luke. I really, he's a great, great person, and I'm proud to call him friend. And he has a wonderful family, and I'm excited for Guys and Gags and what it could mean for Gooey Cube. And we'll ask you all for some help with this, with introducing us to other folks and messaging people, and just trying to do what they would call a groundswell campaign. And because I think Guys and Gags is going to be incredibly special. So, all right, my friends, what's next, cameraman?
Well, on that note, I'm going to make some announcements. So,
is it okay that I sit back like this sometimes, cameraman? It's not a problem.
That's fine. You can sit back as much as you want.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, just relax.
Yes,
okay.
I'm relaxed.
I do have a few more social media posts that I put up. But...
I can relax with the flarp.
Okay, so some exciting things are coming, and they're not here quite yet, but they are very close. One of them that is very close is what we call the Sticky Wiki. Yeah. So we are officially going to have
Indeed, the Sticky Wiki is very exciting. Now tell who's helping, right?
So it's headed up by Belinda Bennett, Brad Bennett, and David Stormer.
Indeed.
And so I'm hoping it'll be ready here in the next month or so to start taking contributions. We're just working out some
and we're going to add all of our stuff that we already have, which will help with pronunciation, yes?
So we're going to work on that, yes, but I would not expect that to be right away.
Can't we have Adam just do that? It's all in, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's already there.
It's already...
Yeah, everything that we currently have is up on the website in terms of like the enunciation guide and all that stuff, the glossary of terms.
Yes. Because I even started working on the Elven language.
Yes.
Which is really weird.
Yes. So, I mean, it's not that weird. I think other people have Elvish languages. Okay, so anyway, so that's coming. That's very soon. Now, in the present, we have very cool new thing. It is our book club so we have our Weirded World book club. Everybody. Oh my gosh.
Book club. It doesn't work as a beard.
What is work? That is, I think, objective. So
yeah, the book club, very exciting.
Yes. And so
Paul, thank you to Paul.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yes.
And others.
Well,
right?
I was going to explain.
All right, go ahead. Go.
Okay. So basically, we have launched Alphinius Goo with the flarp. It's just weird. But, okay, let's talk about the book club. In all seriousness. Oh my gosh. Derailed.
This is like very tactile.
Oh my gosh.
There's a pleasantness to it.
I'm going to have to confiscate it from you before you use it on every single episode and just completely derail everything.
Keep going. Book club.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk book club. So basically it's in our Discord server, and our friend Paul, who's actually in the chat right now, and who will be joining us, well, not me, I will be out next week, but we'll be joining the stream next week to kind of talk about it and talk through some other really cool things. It's on the Discord server, and what it is a book club that you can do at your own pace. So here, let me put myself. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, no.
Yeah, you're there. You're
okay,
perfect.
good. Okay, so basically.
Yeah, because people don't want to sit there and just watch me farting around with flarp while you're talking.
I don't know. I think it's probably some people are, and I feel like my talk is so not good because I am distracted by what is happening here. I'm literally going to just like cover you up so that way.
All right, I will sit here without flarping.
Okay.
Flarping.
Flarping is a whole different...
It's a whole new thing.
Genre.
God.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the book club. Okay. Paul, go at your own pace.
Yes. And so Paul will be posting, there are large sections of books. So it's like the first one is up. It's 1 through 93. Now, Discord has launched
something. Of the Weirded World.
Of Encyclopedia Volume 1. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm just doing the worst job ever.
Mandy, I'm putting the flarp away.
It is just very distracting.
I'm just putting it as best as it won't go in.
I'm trying so hard. Okay.
There, it's in.
So what Discord, thank you. Okay, Discord, now I feel like I'm a party pooper. I'm a party.
Kind of has a weird smell.
Okay.
Page 1 to 93 of The Witted World for the book club with Paul. Go at your own pace.
Yes. Okay.
You want me to take over?
I don't need. Okay. Refocusing.
All right, you got this. All right, now.
Thank you.
Go at your own
I'm doing my
pace.
best.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so yeah, Discord has launched something really cool that's new, which is forums. And so instead of like having those huge like long lists where like you're talking about one thing and then that gets derailed by a whole separate conversation, it's really hard to
Which makes Discord very difficult.
a lot of times they have launched a new forum application, or it's in the same application. It's just a new section of the same Discord, and that way we could post forums. So it's like pages 1 through 93, and then the next one will come out, and that way you can still follow very easily whatever you want.
This is the important. Let me just jump in here
go
real
ahead,
quick, because
please.
this is important. Because part of the issue with Discord for this old guy is that it's more of what we call an immediacy medium. And there's just too much going on with the day job and Gooey Cube and my family and all this stuff to sort of be on that Discord with consistency, right? Now, Discord's idea is that you're going to build a big community and lots of people are going to be on there and they're jabbering back and forth and whenever they're on and all that stuff. But in reality, that's kind of, it's hard to do. And you need a very large fan base to, I think, have a really effective Discord. But we're going to try to reinvigorate our Discord a little bit. And I'm going to try to be on there a little bit more now that we're back from convention season and all of that stuff. But even still, it makes it very difficult because if I only have two options to post a really cool post. One, I put it in the announcements or the art section or something like that. And again, it slowly just gets disappeared, even if it's something that has a contest or something like that. Or you put it in the announcements, which can't be commented upon. So the forums act more like Facebook, where you put a post up and then people can talk about that post. And then another post goes up over here and people can talk about that post. And another post goes up over here and people can talk about that post. So it stops having this sort of what Cameron Mehdi said is you have 3 or 4 comments on this and then it gets derailed by 4 or 5 comments down here. So it actually is, I think, will be nice for more interaction that is not always real time, which Facebook kind of drives to.
Yes.
Excuse me, which Discord really drives to. Continue, Cameron Mehdi.
Okay, thank you. That was a good summary.
Did I help?
Yes, because I was hoping that if anyone wasn't on our Discord or kind of stopped using our Discord because of those reasons, I was hoping to kind of put those fears at ease a little bit and try and get you back into the forum area because it is a lot easier, I think, to converse in there.
Well, and we're also going to collapse all of our Discords into one, so that
Yes.
you get the Game Master Discord is going to be all part of our main Discord, all of them. So if you're on those other Discords, they're going away pretty soon. So make sure you join the main Gooey Cube Discord.
Yes, and then I'm going to be hosting some Jackbox game nights, on weeknights and stuff like that.
And Harry's going to do his thing, and is he going to also have it go through Discord or only on?
It's that's only
on
through
Twitch. Okay.
Creative Goo.
Yeah.
But in order to find the book club, it is under Gooey General, Gooey Book Club, and then you can kind of see how the forums work in there. And then on the subject of forums, I have one more announcement. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and I will read them in just a second. In the next 6 months, we are making a huge effort to get a actual long form forum up on our website. And so we're going to use the Discord forums as more short form type of content discussion and things like that. And then we will also be launching a forum on our website. And there's a number of reasons why we haven't been able to do that yet because of how complicated it is with WooCommerce. And if we put which is what we currently use, which we're getting away from because it's not a very functional system for us.
That's our shopping platform.
Yeah. And so if we put a forum up on our website right now, it could potentially hurt WooCommerce, which would be catastrophic for us. But we are redoing all the back end of our website. We're also redoing a lot of the front end of our website because we never really got it to where we wanted it to be when we redesigned it. And so part of that huge redesign is going to be having a place where people can post fan fiction and post homebrew content and all that long form stuff. I want shenanigans things that way. I want a place where Patrick can put all of his Darkenhaven notices going out. And so so, and then I think that's probably a really good combination of how we could bring people who aren't on Facebook to Gooey Cube and people who aren't on Discord to Gooey Cube, and we can kind of keep this, sometimes we have like kind of little sectors in different places. So we're trying to make like 4 pillars of our community basically, which would be the Discord, the Facebook group, the Sticky Wiki, and the forum. And those would be the 4 things that we're most active in and trying to make sure our community has the engagement that they want from us. And
that's what we're hoping. So we'll
Yes.
see what happens. I think I mentioned here, starting up here now that we're back from con, I'm going to start jumping in the Discord every once in a while. And we're going to announce those things while we really have a chat about Zyathé and about the world and about lore and all of this kind of stuff, and try to help with promoting Guys and Gax and other things that we are doing. And especially as we move into next year, because next year I really want to do Monstrica for the Verdestian Monster Guide. And of course, we got to do chapters 6 and 7 and finish off the Red Star Rising campaign. So we are moving into 2024 with all kinds of fun and exciting things going on, and we'll be at Genghis Khan. I hope you all will come join us at Genghis Khan. For those of you who are gooey and have never been there, it is incredibly fun. It is a wonderful little convention that is just about right in terms of size, although I hope they grow a little bit, because I want that for Donnie and Andrea. That they grow a little bit and to have a little more success with it, because it's just a fantastic convention, and it's even more special because so many gooey people show up, and so we have like this reunion and all these friends, and it's just a big party game fest, and it's over President's Day weekend this year, and so if you can make that happen, come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right, Camera Mandy?
Oh, yes. I'm very excited for the things that we have coming up this next year. And we really, there's a couple other really big things that we want to push out that we've been talking about. I put it in my email last week for the newsletter. I was like, we always try to listen to your feedback, even if it takes us days, weeks, or months, or years to implement. And one of those is having a community store where people can sell Gooey Cube branded items. And so that will be, after we get everything else launched, we will then focus on how we can put that together. That's still on our list of things that we really want to do.
And everyone, we are trying very, very hard. And please do know that on all of this stuff, and I'm kind of a pain, because I'm pretty much a stickler for the level of quality that I want our materials to always be. And so we have extra rounds of editing, and even still we have typographical errors, right? It's very, very difficult to catch everything. But I want the best papers and really good artworks. And oh my gosh, some of these Mornwood artworks are going to blow your mind, just going to blow your mind. And I love the idea of the Shadowed Path of Vedrasin group that is there, and Elijah Sulrima's connection to it. It's just coming together so magnificently, and what a wonderful augmentation to Darkenhaven. And thanks to all of you who supported us, because it really did help us a lot. We needed some money, and it helped tremendously. So anyway, Camera Mandy, what's next?
We're almost at our time for the day.
Oh.
And so I have a few questions about what we have coming that I just want to answer.
And if you got any quick questions, then we got to do the map.
Oh yes, please right now put in hashtag map and hashtag LLL, and that will enter you to win the marvelous Darkenhaven Gamers map. And the map.
It's like
I have a picture of it.
It's like that material used for mouse pads.
Yes,
right?
I have a picture.
So it's perfect for like behind. It is. I think it's going to fit perfectly on the table behind my screen. I'm going to have one of those right behind my screen.
Yes.
And it is, and you can't see it obviously up close, but it's still. This is such a wonderful artwork by Edvard, and with such stunning detail. And he's doing the maps for the Mornwood, by the way. I think I mentioned to you, part of the reason why if we're going to be tardy with the Mornwood is mostly because of Edvard's having a baby. So, but we're going to put out some of the Mornwood stuff that doesn't involve the maps where we can. But I think we're going to be pretty close. We've got a lot of it done. But it's just, his work is just magnificent, and and just, I'm in awe. Well, the Darkenhaven map, which is on the table next to me, is so just amazing. So, all right. And of course,
then also you're entering for the weird misprinted version of Legends Lore and Libations that is signed by Alphinius, me, Carrie, AJ, and most importantly, Keith. So, yes. Okay, let's see here. Last minute wrap up things. Next week, I am going to be in Disneyland. So, my brother, Lawrence, is...
the troublemaker.
Yes, he's taking over the stream. And it's going to be a really interesting episode because Paul is going to be on and with Alphinius and Lawrence. And they're going to be talking about battle tactics. And both Lawrence and Paul were in the Army for many years.
Military trained. Yes, this is what I talk about. This is why your table could be very, very different. Because you got 6 Navy SEALs. Oh, sorry. They were, I think, both in the Army. But you had 6 Navy SEALs around the table who all know about battle tactics. That's a whole different thing than a bunch of 12-year-olds, even if they're all the same level, that have never fought any big battles at all, right? They don't know what they're doing, right? So that's how the rogue gets fireballed, right? All that kind of stuff happens. Well, that doesn't happen when you got 6 Navy SEAls around the damn table. They just don't screw up like that. And that makes combats a little more difficult on you as a game master. So even if they're both third-level parties, even if they got the same number of people, it's a very different circumstance, right? This is why game masters must always level balance. This is why levels are relative. Aha! That's your GM tip of the day, cameraman D.
Sounds good. Okay, I think it's time to sign off.
May all your adventures be sticky, my friends. Have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you again for everything that you do to be a part of this gooey thing and making it special. It is amazing to think, cameraman D, that it has been 5+ years since we began this craziness. 2018.
Well, I guess you started.
The launch of 2019, right? Yeah. But for a year almost, we were working on materials for getting it going, right? But 4-year anniversary at Gen Con, which is really amazing, and then all the things that are coming. So cheers to you, my friends. Cheers to Gooey Cube. And may all your adventures be sticky, sticky, sticky. And I guess for this adventure, I guess it should also be, may all your adventures be flarpy, right, cameraman? And am I going to try this?
I mean, if you want to. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to fade the black, and it's just going to be fart noises for a second. Hold on, I'm going to try one more. Oh, you're going to fade the black and do flarp noises. Make it happen.
Oh, how was that one?